Okay, thanks for joining me. If you're here, you're probably wanting to see what kind of no makeup look I'm gonna do for a midlife mature woman. If you find any of the material that I share with you valuable, which I hope you do, please make sure you like and hit that subscribe button so we can do more material like this for you. And yes, throughout the process, I'm going to share a few things that have been going on, do a little update, and then also I will list all the products I'm using and recommend below in case you're interested in acquiring some of these for yourself. So, okay, so I already prepped my skin. I did a SPF tinted moisturizer. I've been trying a few different ones, and I wanted to really like the Unseen Sunscreen by Supergoop, but I didn't like it. The reason why I didn't like it was because it made me break out. I cannot have products that do that. Like, we work too hard on our skin to wear a product and then have a breakout. So the Unseen Sunscreen did not work for me. I have been loving the Then SPF 50 tinted moisturizer. I think they only have like 2 shades. I wound up doing, I think, the shade Dark. Yeah, and it's dark. Like, it really does give a lot of color. So honestly, this I could wear as by itself. I really don't need to put any other makeup on. If you really want to have a no makeup look, that's one way to get it, is get one of your favorite tinted sunscreens and use that. And also I have my skincare on underneath. But the purpose of today is to show you a no makeup look with a few more products than just a tinted moisturizer. So a couple ways you can achieve it, I feel, based on my experience, is a tinted sunscreen, and you can bring in some concealer, and I'm also bringing in a tinted, I don't know, this, I guess we do consider this a sheer long wear makeup. This is by Estee Lauder. Sometimes I do call this a tinted moisturizer as well. But it is considered a foundation, so it's going to give me a little bit more coverage than the SPF I put on. And the SPF in this is only 19, so I obviously, with it being an esthetician and being in midlife, I've got to have a higher SPF in my makeup. It's just has to be there. So this is not enough. So that's why I will layer my skin with this. This is the color Soft Tan. And then I'll bring in a concealer. I have 2 that I'm working with, but I'm probably going to use this one, the Luminous Silk by Armani. I do really like this one. This is the color 4.5, if anyone wants to know. Again, I'll list it below. And then I'm going to bring in a powder foundation. This is also by Estee Lauder. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous powder. This is their Double Wear Stay in Place Matte Powder Foundation. This is Ivory Beige, which I really, really like. So those are the items I'm going to use to create the look. And then we'll do a quick little, hopefully quick, because sometimes people say quick and it winds up being long. I'm trying to do a short tutorial on the eyes as well. So I usually start with my base. Some people like to start with their eyes. It really doesn't matter. Honestly, it's whatever you prefer to do. There's really not like a right or wrong way to do it. And most makeup artists, I feel, though, most of the time are going to do eyes first in a professional setting, because that way, if there is any fallout, we can easily get rid of it without having to ruin your makeup. But for today, I'm just going to go ahead and do what I normally do. So yeah, so as far as a primer, I have always just been a concealer girl with primer on my eyes. I feel like it works just as well. You know, you just put a little bit, dab it with your finger. Let's, you know, try to keep it silly simple. It doesn't need to be too complicated. I definitely do like this concealer. Has been a favorite of mine for a minute. I do also use the Double Wear Stay in Place concealer, which I do like as well. Those are just my 2 top choices. So now with the no makeup look, if you want to, you could go ahead and just do a little concealer on any of your trouble spots. Now for me, I have a lot of hyperpigmentation, thanks for my smart moves as a younger woman being in the sun. So I have quite a few areas that I want to cover. So it's like I might as well wear foundation at the end of the day, but we're going to go forward like this. And then I also try to help minimize the significance of the my under eyes, because you can see these eye pads are slipping away. It causes my eyes to look puffy. So I did, I think it was Rain Gas. I think that's him. I feel like I took one of his tricks. And with mature skin, you really have to be very careful as to how much concealer you put on, because one, we have more texture typically, so we don't want it to look heavy. So I always just take my concealer and I try to like put it in the areas where there's obviously a divot here for my bags. And then I'm not going to be too fussy. I'm just going to use my finger. I feel like the finger works really well when we're trying to mesh the concealer right up under the eye area. Plus the heat of my skin will also help move the concealer around. Now there are certain concealers that they set really quickly that I've used in the past. The Tarp Shape Tape by Tarte, that one dries down fast. So you really can't do what I'm doing like this, where you can put it in spots and go back and move it around. You kind of have to move it around as you apply it. With this concealer, I don't have to worry about that. And also the double wear is the same. The double wear dries down really fast. So you just gotta move really quickly when you're using that type of concealer. I like this one because I can just go ahead and put it anywhere and go back and kind of mesh it in like so, cover my spots a little bit. So yeah, so things around here have been a little crazy. Actually, today is my 12th wedding anniversary to my husband. He's actually not home. He had to travel, so we celebrated yesterday. And I can't even believe that it's 12 years. But honestly, we've been together way longer than that, so it might as well be 22. You know, it just, every day just kind of blends in. We both live very busy lives, even though we live under the same roof. We hardly, you know, our paths cross. So it was nice to spend some time with him yesterday. So now that I meshed in all the concealer gently, and I did use a concealer brush. This one's by It Cosmetics. I really like their brushes. They're really, really nice. So with this particular tinted moisturizer foundation, I have to shake it and mix everything up really well. It's a light sheer finish, sweat proof, humidity proof, transfer proof, which is another reason why I love this product. You could use your fingers with this. I'm just choosing not to. I usually just put my product in the back of my hand. My hand is kind of like my palette, if you will. Dip it in and then just apply. But yeah, so he's traveling. He'll be back Friday. And then, so that'll be good. It's just a quick trip. Then we have the 4th of July coming. But yes, lately it's been a little different lifestyle-wise because I did change careers. I opened my own aesthetic practice in the Detroit metro area in April 1st, I believe was my first day. And then I also picked up a freelancing job for a brand that I'm using right now, Estee Lauder, and I really do enjoy their products. So it's been an adjustment trying to make that work. Love having my own aesthetics practice. It's just always been, actually I shouldn't say it's always been a dream of mine because I really didn't plan on that. It just kind of worked out that way. I'm a more obviously mature woman, so I have a lot of life experience already, and I just felt like either I'm going to continue to work really hard for someone else or I'm going to work hard for myself. So I had to figure out which path I was going to take. Obviously, I decided, well, it makes sense to work for myself. And I've really been enjoying it. I don't feel like I'm missing out on interaction with people because I actually sublease from 2 women who are masseuses. And, you know, our paths cross, we exchange referrals, which has worked out really well. So I do feel like, you know, I mean, because that's one of the reasons it was hard to leave where I was, because I really enjoyed the people I worked with, and I learned a lot, and I obviously love the clientele. So, but I'm definitely very blessed because I did have an opportunity to bring some of the clientele with me, which has helped get things kick-started, if you will, which has been really great. So now, as you can see, it's just a real light coverage. It kind of just took away all that uneven skin tone I had going on. You will definitely have a glow. So if you're someone that doesn't want a glow, you're gonna definitely probably want to use more of a matte based foundation, like the Double Wear is very matte based, or whatever favorite foundation you have that is more of a matte dry down. This one isn't really a matte dry down. So now what I'm gonna do is, I like to take a beauty blender and just kind of get any excess from my skin, make sure it's all meshed in really well, like so. And then I'm gonna take this powder and show you how fun it is to blur really quickly. Because sadly, with the fact that I am a newbie on YouTube still, I only have 15 minutes so that I can actually share any good tips with anybody. So vlogging is tough because I have to be short and succinct. So as you can see how it just kind of blurs and smooths out the finish, and then it also gives me a little bit more of a matte dry down. I know I'm going to be shiny throughout the day, so I don't really worry about being too matte, because as you can see, the natural oils are already coming through, even though I'm using the powder. And then I do take it a step further. I do like to set my under eye with a loose setting powder. I just happen to fall in love with this one by Chanel. It is one of my favorites, and I think I'm going to do that today because I know a lot of people shy away from powder, especially for mature skin, because we don't want to show texture. So I understand that this may not work for everybody, but I just feel like I get a better, smoother look by doing a little baking under here, and especially because I have these bags, kind of takes away the depth. And then I do set my concealer a little bit, like so. Okay, now, because we have to be really quick, I only have a few more minutes, I'm gonna take, I have one of these mini palettes by Natasha Denona, and I'm gonna go for this brown, and that's gonna be my all over lid color. And just take a fluffy brush, doesn't have to be anything too fancy, and I'm just gonna go like this, and make sure I cover the lid thoroughly. So I'm gonna do that really quick on both sides to save some time. And then I've already got the shadow on there. I'm gonna take this more bronzy color up front and use my pinky, and I'm just gonna place a little bit of shimmer right up front here, like so, just to get a little pop of shimmer. I'll do that on the other side. Then I'm going to take this really pretty gold and put it in the inner corner of each eye. Then you can take your favorite brown eyeliner. This happens to be one by Laura Geller, and it's like a soft gel liner. I'm just going to put this right under my eye. So I'm just going to do a baby wing on the end on both sides. See, that is the tiniest little wing. Make it simple. I just went ahead and finished the eyes really quick by adding mascara. I got my wings going because I want to move forward really quickly with the bronzer. This is my favorite bronzer. If you do not have a Bronze Goddess bronzer, you need one. No, I absolutely love this one, and I also really like the LIBRE. I got the Chanel LIBRE. I got a sample. I didn't buy the whole thing yet. I'm on the fence. I like it. I do. But I do feel like with the LIBRE, I mean, I know it's going to last forever, so I usually just contour with my bronzer all over my face. This is a slanted brush. I feel like that works best. I just feel like the LIBRE disappears. I find I still have to use a powder bronzer on top of it. But, you know, maybe it's because I have more oily combo skin, so it kind of dissipates throughout the day. But together, if I put this on top of LIBRE, it is a win, freaking win. So I will say that. And then I'll do a pop of color on my cheeks really quick. I know that everyone loves that Dior pink blush, which I do like too. We have it at Ulta Beauty has Dior now. This is my dupe. This is by Tarte. It's their Frosted Sugar Crush. And okay, it's not completely a dupe, but it's pink. It has that same sheer pink. And I like because it's got a little brown, like gold flecks in it. And I just do that really quick on the top of my cheeks. And then you could stop here if you wanted, but I'm not gonna, because I have to have highlighter. That is just the way I roll. And the highlighter that I'm using today is sadly no longer available. They have a different one now. This is also by Estee Lauder. This is one of their gorgeous highlighters. This one is called Heat Wave. I don't think they don't have it anymore, but they have another one that you can get online at Ulta. And I'll just take a little bit of that, kind of go right on top of the cheekbones, like so. And then I would do my nose still, and I still go up here like that. I don't know if you're supposed to or not. You know what? You do what you like to do. That's what I like to do. And then you also could take your highlighter of choice. This happens to be this pretty gold one by Estee. Is you can take it and put that right under your brow bone. If you like any highlighter, will do. If you want a little shimmer there. I probably don't have time for lips because I have a feeling I'm already hitting the 15-minute mark. But I hope you got something out of this quick tutorial. I hope you like the glowy, quick look. And let me know in the comments what you think. And I look forward to talking to you on the next vlog. I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.